All right. Well, I think this is about two friends that are like a bunch of friends that are misunderstood, and so they just kind of sit at the sidelines and watch what's happening, and the world's changing, and they don't like it, and they want to do something about it, but they can't because they have no power. And that's why it says like it's hard to beat the system when you're standing at a distance.
Yeah, and they also say, like, towards the bottom, they say we just, it's not that we don't care, we just know that the fight ain't fair. That's them saying, like, yeah, we see everything that's going on, but, like, it's not like we can do anything about it because it's a much more bigger thing that would be fighting against them. They also say, if we had the power, they'd bring neighbors home from war. They also said no more ribbons on their door. Like, what do you guys think that meant?
Maybe.
I think
Sounds
that
like,
means like the soldiers dying.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
The ribbons.
kind of like in their honor. On their
I want to elaborate on that because I connected that now if we had power to bring our neighbors home from war, and I connected it with it's not that we don't care, just know that the fight ain't fair. I think it's like connected with each other because they relate to each other because they don't have power even though they do care. I mean, even though they can't really express that they care, they don't have enough power to to make a difference.
Yeah.
So
Well, like, I was kind of wondering here, because it's like they're spending the whole time saying, we're waiting for the world to change, but, like, I'm kind of wondering if the reason that they're not doing anything is because, like, it's saying at the beginning, we're all misunderstood. Maybe that's why they're not doing anything, or, like, I'm kind of wondering this. And then later on it says, one day our generation is going to rule the population. Well, you're not doing anything. How do you know that's going to happen?
Yeah.
Well, they're saying like one day that once like the generation before us dies, then we're gonna run it, and if we don't change the world, that
Yeah,
could
I
be a
think-
very bad thing.
I think they said that they're waiting to become the next generation
Yeah.
because that's when they can actually make a difference. Because right now, I mean, I think the narrator's in a point of view of probably a child or something. So
Yeah, and you actually do have to pay close attention to that, because when I first started reading, I'm like, well, you're waiting, what's that gonna do? But then they say we stand for nothing, and there's no way we ever could. But if you read the rest, you can see that they actually do stand for something, and that's what they were saying, that, we're gonna wait until we're in power, then we're gonna make the change. So, yeah.
What do you think, Duncan?
Well, I kind of said the same thing as Taryn, and they don't really have a say in what they do, and they just keep on waiting, and
I think they're waiting for the world to change because they've tried to do something. Oh. Sorry. They've tried to do something, but they can't. No one's listening to them, and that's why they're so misunderstood. They say that this generation is not helping, yet no one's listening to them, and no one's just doing anything. So they don't have enough power to bring people in to stop something.
So, like, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of connected to this and, like, the way our generation is, because it's kind of the same thing with us.
yeah, we don't have enough power,
Yeah.
even though there's so many things that we can change.
A lot of
because-
things, like, every day I hear a lot of kids in the school say, like, what they want to do, what they'd do if they were president or if they were, like, the next famous person. And they just say, like, I would do that, but right now, nobody's listening anyway, so.
Well, then at the same time, our generation is doing a lot, with trying to like save the earth and all that other stuff. So even though we don't have a lot of power, we kind of work with the power that we do have.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Let's see.
I thought it was really interesting how they said, like, the part where it's when you trust the television, what you get is what you got. Because when they own the information or they can bend it all they want. I was kind of wondering if that was a reference to what's going on in other countries when the government really does monitor all that goes on television. And I was kind of wondering if that was a reference to that.
Yeah, I think actually the news is very biased because, there's many things that the government can't control. And I'm pretty sure news and like social communications is one of them because, if you say the wrong thing, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get arrested if something like that happens.
Yeah, and also,
So I think that's why they need to change the information sometimes. And,
Yeah. And then also some of the news on TV, they can bend the truth so much that it makes them seem more in favor. Even though what
it
they're
makes them
doing is
sound
wrong.
it may make them sound better or for worse. So
Yeah.
it depends on what the news people want or
And it's actually really sad, like in countries like North Korea, who are very communist, they do things like that where they block out any information to people. So this poem or this song could be referencing to that, like how a lot of places don't see anything that's going on, anything. So, and then you have to think, well, what can they do too? Like since they're in such a restricted part of the world, all they can do is wait. So, yeah, it's pretty sad.
Anybody else have points that they want to bring up?
Okay, very good.